I can't believe how long it took me to watch this movie, but boy am I glad I finally checked it out. Let's talk about America's Ring remake. In 2002, America remade one of the most popular Japanese horror films, Ringu, based off the novel by Koji Suzuki. I went into this movie not expecting too much. I knew it was a classic, I know more people love it than hate it, but after loving the original so much, I didn't know if the remake could even come close. And though I preferred the original, this was still a fun time. And since it's in English, which if you couldn't tell is the language I speak, it's probably going to be the one I pop in more often just for a fun time. The movie is about a woman named Rachel looking into the mysterious death of her niece and some of her friends. This leads to her discovering the cursed videotape, and just like in the original, it's now a race against time. And Rachel, along with her ex-partner Noah, needs to try and stop the curse. The characters were all pretty good, and though I found Ryuji to be a far more interesting character, his American counterpart Noah was more likable in my opinion. Aiden was okay, just like Yoichi from the original. I don't have any comments aside from he didn't suck, which is always a plus for a movie that stars a prominent child character. I liked Rachel, not as much as Riko, Mai, or even Akane from Sadako 3D, but she was still fun to watch. Now let's get to the star of this thing, Samara Morgan, America's Sadako Yamamura. She was by far the best part of the movie. Yeah, the whole thing revolves around the character, but it was so much fun learning about her backstory. Sadako was already one of my favorite horror characters, and so I had a great time experiencing another culture's take on her. And though I prefer the original Sadako over Samara, I think they're both equals in terms of being interesting and entertaining, with neither being better than the other. I think America did a great job with this, and I can't wait to see her in more movies. Thankfully there's like 3 more, not as much as the Japanese ones, but I hope Rings, I know that one didn't do too well. I hope that one didn't kill the franchise. I know that's the reason they didn't do the Friday movies, so looking forward to it. The effects were good, maybe a little obvious at times, but still good. I like the TV scene, but in my opinion, the original is the only one that's been able to make it look great. While watching the Japanese series, and even with this movie, I question how none of the movies after the first could ever get it as good. And I honestly don't know. Maybe it comes down to quality, the color, maybe it's just the video quality. I don't know. But none of the movies I've seen so far have come close to being as amazing looking as the original. But that's no shit to America's version. I did like this one, and like even the other Japanese movies didn't do it that great. Some of them were downright bad. I'm thinking to the Sadako 3D computer screen one, but like I say, this one was pretty cool. Also talking about the effects, I didn't like Samara's glitchy choppiness when she comes out of the TV, but it was okay. It didn't ruin the moment or anything. It's just personally, I didn't think it looked that great. I would have preferred she walked, but I still thought it was cool. And finally, the cursed video. While watching it, it felt like something you'd see in one of those basic YouTube videos like top 10 scariest videos on the internet that will make you cry, or will make you shit your pants, will make you piss the bed. It felt like it was trying too hard. Now I get that some things are meant to be symbolic in that video, but it still felt too much. I don't know, all I can really say is it felt like it was trying too hard to be scary, and it didn't work, and it just really kind of felt silly. I mean, it was cool, I guess, interesting, but I know some people aren't gonna like it, because I've talked about the original probably enough times for some of you guys, but the original did it better. This one just felt too school student project-y. I don't know. Moving on, that's been my thoughts on The Ring 2002. If you've seen this movie, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it down in the comments below. I love reading them. And if you like me and want to support what I do, consider becoming a channel member or a patron over on Patreon. Both grant exclusive perks like early access to new videos. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.